What is up, everybody? It's time for Ray Sports and Slams. Yes, it is Monday, and we are back at it again. I encourage everybody, please like, share, subscribe, boinkstudios.com. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on all social media platforms. We are pumped today. We have a lot to get into. Let me bring my partner in crime to the stage, Mr. Matt Garvin. What is up, sir?
What's going on, America? We are back again live at Boink Studios. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are ready for today, America.
We have a lot to get into. And let me bring in my other friend and host of All About Payroll podcast, Mr. Walter Duncan. What is up, sir?
What's up, guys? Glad to be back again. I'm excited for today's show. Let's get into it.
Walt is back. He is here for the NFL playoffs, and we're happy to have him. We have a lot to say, so let's get into it. The first topic, and I will start this off. Mack will take on second, and then Walt, you could close this out. Biggest story of the day in the NBA. Ice Trae Young. Yes, it is freezing cold. Freezing cold. Because he was sent to the Washington Wizards. You say for who? For a couple of draft picks? For some All-Stars? No. For 36-year-old C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. Who? I don't know who these people are either.
Who?
Unfortunately, Trae Young is gone. He is not a happy camper. I don't know, how this trade got approved by the NBA commissioner, because usually a trade like this would get vetoed out, but for some reason it got approved. I don't know how. And for Trae Young, what happens to him? He was the focal point of that team. I don't know what happens to Atlanta now, and what's going to happen to Washington. I feel bad. I feel bad for Trae. I think this trade is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Mac, ball is yours. What you got?
All righty. So, CJ McCollum, America. I was just reminded, America, just so y'all know, we've said this before. We talked before we get to the show. So the three of us had this conversation, and I'm like, CJ McCollum was like, his name sounds familiar. And it's like, well, he was with several teams, but he was with, Atlanta at a certain time. And I'm like, oh, I remember him now. Like, it's kind of trying to figure out who this guy is. Like, who is he? CJ McCollum. I'm like, hold on. He was on a good team at one point, right? Yeah. So this is how bad it is. We don't necessarily know who CJ McCollum really is as a player because he's 36, but he's a journeyman. He's been around the league with 4 or 5 teams, and I'm like, this is why I'm trying to remember. And then it's like, oh, now I remember him. That's bad, America. We don't really know who the guy. I mean, he was a half decent player at one point, just like Ray said, 36. And America, just so you know, our boy Willie Walt is in Atlanta and was trying to convince us that this dude is a decent player.
But let me ask you, Mac, you know who Corey Kispert is, right?
No,
neither do I. I know.
I can't do nothing for you, man. You think you got problems now. Like, I just don't understand. But we do know for a fact things do happen for a reason. It is a circumstance where Walt is explaining to America, to us, like, this guy was not a good player. Just like Westbrook has become this journeyman ball hog mentality and been around the league. I hope Trae does not turn into that. Like 2 years with the Wizards, and then they're tired of him and ship him somewhere else, and he gets traded somewhere else. So I don't have anything positive.
I think there was a quote that Trae Young said.
Yeah, so
America's going to read it.
Yes, indeed, America. Now, I will say this. I appreciate it. I'm a man of faith. I'm 100% rooted.
Amen.
But our boy Trae Boogie said, and I quote from scripture from Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." He wants to bring Christ to try and help him now versus when he was active on the team. And the Lord is probably telling him, we've had enough of you out in Atlanta. It's time we ship you to the Washington Wizards. So, bye-bye. His career, he will be a footnote in history now.
You jumped on in the studio. You get jumped on now.
I did.
You're defending this, so go ahead.
I think that it's okay for now. Like right now, Trae has been hurt this year. He's had a down year. Like he usually averages around 20, 25, 26 points a season. He's averaging 19. This season, McCollum, he's averaging around 19, like 18.6 points a game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of getting that same production for an injured Trae Young with the McCollum replacement, right? So I think that's kind of why they did
replacement
for the replacement, right? And so I think that's why Atlanta did it, because they're like looking at stats. Like, hey, to get this guy who's a team player who will come in and put his head down and say yes and won't make any waves. I think they got tired of Trae because Trae, I think he wants to win. I really do think he wants to win. But I think his approach may be what gets on people's bad side, and they're like, hey, we can't take this guy. He has to get out of here. But look, that may be a front office thing with Atlanta, because I don't recall, maybe Atlanta has won a few chips in the day, but I don't remember them winning any championships.
They have not.
They have not, right? So, like, when you get a player that wants to come in and change that, there might be some waves caused from that. So I think that Atlanta was right for doing this. I think it was time for a break. I think it was time for a break for both of them.
How old is Trae Young?
Trae Young is, let me see. Trae Young,
he's like 28, 29.
Because he went into the league when he was like 18.
Yeah, he got drafted. Right.
27.
Yeah.
27.
Okay, there you go.
So he's got at least 5-6 good years left. Prime years.
Solid.
Well, guys are playing longer, especially with load management and stuff like that. Guys are having longer careers now.
But we're talking like all-star Trae. Got
All-star
5-6 years.
Yeah.
5-6 years. When's CJ McCollum gonna make the all-star team? I'm waiting.
He never will. He never will. Never has, never will.
Clock's ticking.
I'm looking at my watch.
Never has, never will.
Let me know when.
Let me know when. Me and Mack would love to know when.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this to Mack. How is the NBA commissioner not vetoed this trade? Because I remember, we had this conversation. I remember when Chris Paul was going to get traded to the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Can't do that trade. Yeah. It's not a balanced trade. But CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert is a fair trade. How does this? I'm confused. Forgive my sports ignorance. I don't understand. Go ahead.
And again, who's Corey Kispert? I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Yeah. So
please, Walt, show us your Corey Kispert jersey. We like to see it.
Yeah.
Don't have one.
He's got to go backwards.
I have a Wade jersey, Dwayne Wade jersey over there. The Miami Heat Dwayne Wade.
Oh, a real guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A real player. Okay. A real player. I get it.
Here's what I think. America. We talked offline again. I think what happened is this. The Wizards were the first offer. We'll take it. We don't want to deal with him anymore. We'll take it. But on the same token, this is one of the deals where you traded him for almost nothing, basically, because he was that bad of an influence of a player. But I said, America, he's all they have. Who's going to go buy Atlanta tickets now to go see CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert?
Jalen Johnson. You guys are forgetting about Jalen Johnson. I think he's a rookie, or this is his second year. This guy is legit. He's looking legit, guys.
I'll wait.
Let's get to these comments.
I have no clue.
First, Art Turner, welcome to the show. Thank you for watching, my friend. I appreciate you.
That's my godson. What up?
The Wizards struggle to tank, and the Hawks are a permanent playing team. Ugly blockbuster trade. What's up? Nando is in the house. This is a fair trade, fellas. How is this fair, Fernando?
Yeah.
He's saying Trae Young is fool's gold.
He's
dude.
He's only Fernando.
Fernando.
They didn't have anyone else. He's the only one that they're selling jerseys for.
No, that's not true. They have other jerseys.
Yeah, they do. That they aren't selling.
They're not selling. Are you going to go to the store right now and buy a CJ McCollum jersey? If you're in Atlanta,
can you buy a Corey Kispert jersey?
Jalen, I'm telling you. Have you guys seen Jalen Johnson?
We're calling Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum.
Those are role players.
Yes,
it's cool.
You would want a Trae Young jersey, right? A Trae Young jersey. No one's going to make fun of you for that. If you walked around with a Corey Kispert jersy, but who's that? Why are you wearing him? Is he related to you? Is he a family friend?
He's making more money than I'll make, but
who is he?
Like, bro,
if you walk into the store right now with a Trae Young jersey, Walt, people go, "Oh yeah, Ice Trae, okay." You walk over to Corey Kispert jersey,
We might
what are they
be
going
able
to
to
say?
get Corey Kispert for the show, bro. That's how low key this dude is. We might be able to get him for the show, bro. Like
Dude.
Corey Kispert.
Yes, we could. You know what? I'm going to put.
Send him an Instagram message. Hey, Corey, what up?
God.
Come on the show. We like to visit you. Oh, my God. Jimmy Gonzalez, what's up, LeBron still stinks.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, my God.
And we're going to talk about Jim Harbaugh, the coach of the Baltimore, I don't know what you want to call him, the Baltimore Choker Ravens, who missed the field goal, unfortunately got fired. I am shocked. I cannot believe someone of this talent got fired. I'm going to kick this to you, Walt, first, and then Mack. What do you think of this firing, and who do you ultimately see Jim Harbaugh going to?
I think this is totally ludicrous. I think that they should not.
I'm wearing the team.
Definitely not have fired him at all. I think that it's been one down year, and if they really looked at it, they had a lot of injuries. Their quarterback has been hurt all year. Their defense was terrible pretty much all year. Couldn't stop a nosebleed or anything like that, right? So I think that they should have given him a pass with all of the success that he's had in recent years as a coach, right? Mm-hmm. So I think they made a mistake. Retool, build around these guys, let John Harbaugh lead them into the promised land, and because you still had a good core. You still had a good core of players. You had Derrick Henry at running back, Lamar at quarterback. You had two, Mark Andrews at tight end, and Likely, who's another beastie tight end.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is the truth. Mark Andrews is a good tight end.
So I think this is messed up. And as far as before I pass it, where I think he's going to go, I think he's going to go to a team that has a lot of potential. And this might surprise you guys. I think New York is my number 2 spot.
All right.
I don't like you, Walt.
I think number 1, I think he may go to Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. All right, Mack, I know you're a diehard Giants fan, and I know you would love to have this happen, but go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I hear you, Walt. My father-in-law's brother is in Atlanta. He was like, we'll take him. So first things first, I think it's a situation where the voice of one person for so long. Some of the rumors is that ownership talk to players, and when you don't have the respect of the locker room, it won't matter what you say. But bottom line, these men are also supposed to be professionals. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should respect the man who they hired. I think his voice became white noise, just like kids at one point. Like, they hear your voice all the time, and the same sentence said by Uncle Junior, and it all of a sudden clicks with your kid. Like, why is that? I told him. I think that maybe some of what occurred, we're not going to we can definitely defend to say the man knows how to coach. And I'm on record, and y'all can listen to 2 weeks ago episode where I'm like, why are they not running the ball with Henry? Why? And then, of course, the following week, this guy runs for 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards. And we all knew something was wrong with Lamar. Something's wrong. His back, is it worse than what it is? But if you've seen how effective he can be with running the ball, why are you not running the ball? He had under like 100 yards their last game. And I think maybe 1 touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, by him. And I'm like, why are you not running? What is the OC's job to do? You see what you got to do. Why aren't you doing it? And the game was winnable because the defense kept him in the game. It wasn't a blowout, and I'm just saying to myself, is that a fireable offense? Is that the coach? But the players do have to execute the plays also too. And that's the issue with Philly. We're going to talk a lot about them dudes. But I think Harbaugh should come to New York. And here's the biggest reason why. We have a quarterback at least established at this point that we see, Mr. Jackson Dart, number 6. We have an awesome wide receiver. We have a great wide receiver. We have quality with the running back position as well. Scatterboo will be back. Tracy Jr. is going to be running the ball next year. He does not have to build. He just has to impact of what we have and keep going. We have a great position in the draft at picking 5. So at least you have an opportunity where you can come and have a conversation, talk. I do believe he's not going to want to do with Joe Schoen. If I'm coming, you need to fire him, and they will instantaneously. But I think that's why he should come to us. I understand he has responded back to Cleveland as well, saying, I'll have a talk with y'all. Atlanta, us, and there's a fourth team.
Tennessee.
The Tennessee Titans. Yeah. The Titans have it. It looks like they have their starting quarterback. We'll see what happens. But Atlanta don't have one. Why would you go there and not have a foundational quarterback? And I think they're not picking under top 5 in the draft, if I'm not mistaken, also, too. We can double check. But, why would you go to a team where you don't have a quarterback? He's used to having an established quarterback already, too, with Lamar Jackson. And so, I just don't see why he would go to Atlanta just for that reason. They've got some pieces, but the key is the quarterback. If you don't have one, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
They are up and down. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. They do have 2 quarterbacks, technically. We'll see what Pennies come. He got hurt. Pennies came in. And then, of course, what's my man's name? The other guy, quarterback.
Russell Wilson?
Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. So it's not like they don't have a quality quarterback. They've got a circumstance between the two. So I can see maybe why, but they still haven't figured out a 100% picture of what they're going to do between those 2 guys. I mean, he could come in and make a decision also. So that's why I think he's coming to New York, y'all. He ain't going to Cleveland. They're
all right. I'm shocked that he got fired. I agree with all you guys. I agree with Walt. I think he should not have been blamed for Lamar Jackson. I mean, he was like a nice BMW that needed a motor, had some busted tires, just needs some repairs, but it was a good car. He just needed to get fixed.
Yeah.
You could tell he was hurt. To Mack's point, he ran the ball last game. They should be in the playoffs. If your kicker know how to kick, and we had this conversation off air, kicking is huge in the NFL. If you can't kick, you're in trouble now. So they should technically be playing right now against Houston. They lost because their kicker can't kick. But regardless, I think Harbaugh is going to be down. You left one team out, Las Vegas Raiders. They need a coach like him. Las Vegas Raiders are not that far away from being a playoff team. And I think Harbaugh could. I think they're not that far away. They're not miles and miles away. They're a couple of blocks away, but they're not 30, 40 miles away.
They only got 2 daggone wins. What are you talking about?
But I'm saying they could build around that. If Jim Harbaugh was there, he could make them at least formidable. And he could play in the same division.
Because they do have the number 1 overall pick.
So you're going to get Mendoza.
They might get Mendoza if they don't trade for whatever reason.
They don't trade.
Right. And they have Ashton.
There you go. You got Austin Drencher. You got Bowers. Bowers is an all-pro tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you would agree. Both guys, right? Bowers all-pro tight end. He's nasty.
Last game also too.
Gentry's nasty. You could get. I think Mendoza's ready to play in the NFL now. He's insane.
Well,
he's the truth. I mean, I know Indiana. They say the division is what, but talent is talent. I don't care what division you play in. SEC, AC. I don't care. So I feel he's that guy. He could be a starting quarterback. And I don't know, dude. We shall see. Got a couple of comments here. Chef, thank you for watching, my friend. Raiders have the number 1 pick. That's true.
Yep, they do.
You got a point.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. And he says Jackson needs a complete overhaul. Yeah. So he needs to replace the motor, the engine, and the tires. Okay.
I'm telling you,
I respect that.
He needs a good oil change, brother.
They finally caught up to him. Those hits have finally caught up to him.
Yeah, he's taking some hits. All right. The next topic, and I will start this off because this is my favorite topic and it made me so happy. Santa came a little late because, Amazon is late with their gifts because so many people are ordering gifts. Matt Eber, useless flutes, was fired from the Dallas Cowboys as a defensive coordinator. Ron Flores is interviewing. You have Jonathan Gannon interviewing for this job. I am pumped. I think, yes, Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator, got the team to the Super Bowl. Yes. They have a couple of really legit candidates for this. I am pumped. Matt Eberflus, I've said this a million times on this show. He's the type of coach that will say, here's the piano, Walt, good luck, play. And you're like, what? I've never played the piano in my life. Oh, you figure it out. I need a coach that's like, this is the piano. These are the keys. This is how you play. Let's work this out. Matt Eberflus, I don't know what he did, but useless as blank on a bull. I think he's useless as ice in the winter. He's useless like a electric blanket in the summer. He just brings no value. I am so happy he's gone. Thank you, sweet Jesus. My prayers in church have been answered.
He says, sweet Jesus.
I am so happy. Goodbye. Good riddance.
He said, I prayed.
Friend. I prayed on this. I said, please, God, I know you love me. Me and you is tight. Let's get rid of this dude. Let's make things happy. All right, well, I'm going to let you go second, and Mack's going to close it out. Go ahead.
It's absolutely justified. The defense was very porous. They had leakage all over the place. Like they couldn't stop anybody. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys had to outscore you to beat you most of the time, right? I think they had a couple of good defensive showings, but that was 1 or 2 games out of the whole 17-game season, right? And so, like, I think that is totally justified. I don't know if he's going to get another coaching job in the league soon. We will see, man. But I think this is pretty cut and dry, guys. Like, he deserved to get fired.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Walt, what do you think about Juan Flores as a contender?
Ron Flores, I think, would be okay. But I think Gannon might be
the better choice.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He's interviewing, I believe, don't quote me, I believe Thursday. Okay. All right, Mac, you close this out. You're a football guy. What do you think?
Yeah. We had a whole discussion where I said it's Dak is the problem. He was like, no, it's Eberflus, bro. This dude doesn't know what he's doing. I said, but the bottom line is Dak's a regular season great quarterback. He just doesn't do it in the playoffs. It's not his fault, bro. It's not. I'm like, but
have my back.
And you're like, the problem is Eberflus. I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. Do I think he deserved to be gone? Yeah, because unless someone else can turn Dak into playoffs, we know that Eberflus could not. So yeah, anything at this point would be an error. Yeah. And the Dallas, he got at least more than one season that my man with the Raiders, what's the coach with the Raiders?
Carroll.
Just cut him.
Carroll.
Yeah, at least he got more than one season. Like, so I will 100% ride and say, yeah, bro. He, so long, farewell.
And who do you like as his replacement? Do you like Flores or you like Gannon?
How about Antonio Pierce?
Okay.
He's coached. I mean, he was the interim as far as head coach with the Raiders.
He's a good defensive-minded guy. I'm not mad at that pick. Yo, Mac, you know what? I get an applause.
You know what I mean? Like, why not give someone else? I mean, for the interview, Gannon as well, but they need to interview at least one African American. That's the Rooney Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ron Flores.
It doesn't matter or not, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, at least there's obviously they're gonna pick somebody. So
they're gonna pick somebody. I like Gannon a lot. I think he knows defense. I don't think he's a head coach. I think he's a defensive coordinator. That's his niche. That's what he's good at. I think he tried to prove that he could coach, and he can't. He's great defensively. He doesn't know offensive schemes. He's not that guy. Flores is another guy. I don't think he's head coaching material. I think he's a great defensive-minded coach. I like Antonio Pierce. Mac, he's a very good defensive-minded guy.
Yeah,
so I'm not mad at any of those guys.
That's interesting about Ron Flores. I think he is
Ron Flores is good. You think he's a head coach? You think he could be a head coach?
Okay. Yeah, given the right situation. Yeah. I think he got a raw deal down in Miami. He wanted to pick Herbert instead of the other guy.
Yeah, he did. I'm not mad at it. Put it this way. I like all three. If you asked me right now, if I could pick one, believe it or not, I agree with Walt. I'm going Gannon because he just has the experience. He got a team to a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator. So he's got the proof in the pudding. All right. We're moving on to the playoffs, and the Bills escaped by the hair of their chin. 27-24. They're the best kicker in the world. Missed a 51-yarder after he's made a 69-yarder, a 67-yarder this year. Couldn't make a 51-yarder when the chips were on the table.
When it mattered the most, man.
Mac, you kick this off. I will go second. Walt, you go third. Let's go.
All right. So America, I just want to say this. This was a game I watched with heavy intent. And I must have sent Ray like 2 or 3 messages saying, "Are you watching this, bro?" And he's like, "Nah." I said, "Okay." Now, so America, just so you know, my brother, God rest his soul, he's been gone 3 years now. He was a diehard Jags fan from day one when the franchise got announced and the Carolina Panthers. He goes, I'm riding with the Jags. My dad was like, why not be an Eagles fan? He's like, nope, I'm going with the Jags. So I wore his pullover fleece in reference to him on Saturday. I was very much rooting and pulling for them. The Bills, we said this at least 4 episodes ago. If this dude, Josh Allen, cannot get this team to rise to win this game, there is no one left in their way that can contend with them to say the excuse of their kryptonite. The Chiefs aren't playing. The Ravens aren't playing. There's no excuse why y'all can't win this game. Everyone will say, well, they had injuries. Everyone plays in injuries. That's not a reason why. That's called better coaching then. So with that being said, they barely won, and it was a hard game for them. And I don't think they're going to make it past the second round. I really, at this point, Josh Allen, if he can't do it next week, I'm like, listen, I know 2 Bills fans. I'm like, dude, y'all should cut your loss to that guy. He's not the answer. Or they fired their coach.
Ooh,
okay.
Man.
All right.
Okay.
Here's my take on this.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly with everything Mack is saying. I believe when the game was down, when they were down 27-24 and Jags had the ball with less than a minute and change left.
Yep.
Lawrence had to throw. Now, had Little made that kick, it's 27-27. Your schemes and the way you're playing that last minute is completely different. You're playing for a field goal to win the game now. You're not playing for the touchdown to win the game. So you're probably throwing shorter passes. Worst case scenario, Mack and Walt, you let the time run out, you play to overtime. So that kick basically saved the Bills season, I should say. Very, very lucky. Kudos to the Jags. They fought their hearts out. I know that kicker is probably crying still since Sunday. That was horrible. That's a kick. I'm sorry. We've had this conversation several times on this show. Walt's heard the conversation. Got to make those kicks, dude. 51-yard in the NFL, you got to make make it. Pressure's on the line. They're paying you millions and millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
You made a 69-yarder. You made a 67-yarder. 2 of the furthest field goals this year. You could make a 51-yard in the playoffs. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. But the whole scheme changes because when there's a minute and change left, you're tied 27-27. You're like, all right, we just got to get to the 40. Let's kick this field goal and win this game. When you're down by 3, now you're trying to play for the win or the tie, but your scheme changes dramatically. And like I said, you're in an urgency to win when it's tied because worst case scenario, like I said, it goes into overtime and you take your chances with that. So Bill fans, you got another life. But guess what? You don't win next week. This is it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. This is it. You have no kryptonite. You have no excuses. All right, Walt, you close this out.
Look, I think that the Bills were extremely lucky. I definitely agree with many of the points that both of you said, but I put the loss on Trevor Lawrence more so than the kick. Things happen in games, right? Guys are going to miss kicks. QBs are going to throw picks or whatever, and you have to deliver. And for me, Trevor Lawrence, I think, how many picks did he throw? 2 or 3?
2 or 3, but he did try to get that one touchdown. They got reviewed and called back like it was ruled a touchdown, but then they challenged it and no, you know what I mean? So I mean he was, that would have been the difference in the game if they would have said it was a touchdown, but yeah.
But if you look at Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs, this is kind of what he does. He throws picks and he loses the game for you. Like so you need a QB that's going to be able to deliver. And like you guys are hit the nail on the head. There's no more excuses for the Bills. They have a clear one way to potentially get to the Super Bowl. And if they can't win these next couple of rounds, there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse. And they're probably going to make changes like you were saying, Mac.
All right, but let me ask you this one, and you, Mac. Had he hit that and the game is 27-27 and Trevor Lawrence has the ball, do you believe your offense and your schematics change and what you're planning on doing with that last minute and a half changes? I'll let Mac go first.
Okay.
Go ahead, Walt. Go ahead, Walt.
Go ahead. Go. Whatever. That doesn't
No,
matter.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you. The schematics
Okay.
would have changed, but you still have Trevor Lawrence or Josh Allen. Who would you rather have? If you ask me, I'd rather have Josh Allen versus based on what the product that they put on the field.
Thus far.
And the last couple of playoffs, that the Jaguars have been in, Trevor Lawrence is kind of like wet the bed.
Yeah, and you know what? And
I
I'm
agree.
100% with Walt on this too, bro. Like you're right. If I'm gonna pick between two guys, I at least know Josh Allen has gone to the AFC Championship twice.
Mm-hmm.
The Jags made the playoffs this year, so like not championship. They just made the playoffs. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have definitely gone with Josh Allen too. I think his fortitude and will to win is what made a difference in the game because they turned back around and marched down the field. Yep. And put him in position to win the game, and they knew they needed a touchdown to win versus a field goal. So I'll give them the credit for doing their job like they're supposed to.
Because think about it, if you put the wide receiver cores next to each other, the Jaguars had the far superior wide receiver core.
Oh yeah,
Washington, Myers, Thomas.
Yeah.
Who did Josh have over there?
Yeah. Exactly, and apparently there's like 3 or 4 starters gone. Too.
Oh, he's got Brandon Old Cooks.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's cooking. Let me ask you this.
He has two.
The game is
27-27.
The game is 27-27. Doesn't the schematics change? Don't you plan your offense differently if you're Trevor Lawrence and you're going up the field with a minute and a half change?
Yeah, but if you don't have the experience of what it takes to win under 2 minutes, then you're going to get what you're going to get. And I think that's the difference with the fact of Josh Allen. I've been here before. Like under a minute, schemed up, moved the ball down the field. You saw it in all the games this week.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, these guys are under 2 minutes and marching back down the field in 5 drives and scoring touchdowns.
And look, that one throw was what changed everything, right? When he was about to get hit and he threw it like 50 yards or 40 yards down the field to Cooks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cooks, that right there changed. And there were 3 defenders like around Cooks, but
that was a catch,
him.
Dude. Brandon Cooks, dude. Where did that come from?
Yeah, and apparently Cooks hadn't done nothing half the season until apparently he was on the practice squad, but because of the injuries, wide receivers, he got elevated to start.
Yep. And boy, played lights out. Let's read a couple of comments. He knows Bills wanted the tush push ban and saved their season. That's facts.
How about that?
I like that.
You know what? I'm gonna applaud that right now. That's facts. Says I do not see Buffalo going into Denver, playing like that, and defeating a very good number 1 seeded Denver. You know what? I agree with you too. Yeah. And my man Fernando Trevor's not that guy. I can't disagree with you again with that either.
He is not him.
He's not. We're switching gears, and Drake May got his first playoff win as the Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3. Drake May is getting a little scary. I don't know how far this team could go, but they look a little they look a little something. I'll kick this off. I don't know if it was more about the Patriots or the Chargers just not being that good. I think Justin Herbert is like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's overrated. I do not think Justin Herbert is that guy. I think Justin Herbert, when people say Justin Herbert's a top 5 quarterback, I want to get you tested for drugs. I want to take you to get tested for drugs. I think he's a top 20 quarterback, but there's 32 teams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. I do not think he's him. I think he made a lot of bad mistakes last night. And hey, kudos to the Pats. They won the game. They have better defense. They're, I think, a much better quarterback. Drake May is it. And hey, we'll see what happens. But I'm not giving them all their flowers because I don't think the Chargers were all that to begin with. So I'll stay with that. All right, what you got? And I'll let Matt close it out.
Look, I agree with you. I think it has something to definitely do with Herbert. He's 0-3 in his 3 playoff appearances. Like he has more interceptions in those appearances than touchdowns. I think he has 2 touchdowns total, right?
Yeah.
So the Patriots obviously schemed for him, and they know like, hey, this guy is good at a few things. Let's take those things away. Like he has some weapons, but like the defense came to play. The pass defense came to play. And they shut it down. And then when they put the ball in Herbert's hands, he couldn't do anything. Like he had some good runs. He had
some good runs.
70 yards or whatever. But other than that, he couldn't do anything. Did he even have 100 yards passing?
No. No, I do not. We can double check, but I'm almost sure you're right, Walt. Not even over 100 yards. And he is definitely overrated, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, overrated. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
got it. You got it.
yeah,
Talk
like
about it.
he's just one of those guys where, he's got a good coach now. And, we can say like it just takes time to develop. Well, okay, Mr. Harbaugh made a decision to rest the starters week 17, which he should have, and because it was at that point, it wouldn't have changed their seeding had they won or lost. So I understand why. And you're right. When if the lights are too bright is what it seems like right now with him, then he may be at his ceiling, but he's the best thing they've got. So they have to pay him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just depends. I mean, the Pats, bro, I didn't even watch the game, man. I woke up the next morning, was like, did they win or lose? The other games I watched, full participation.
Yep.
Ray knows. Are you watching this? Are you watching this?
I
So
know.
yeah, man. So yeah, that's all I got for you, man. They won.
I got you. I feel you. All right. Next, we have the Rams 34-31 over the Panthers. Panthers showed a lot of heart. I'm going to let Mack kick this off. I will let Walt go second, and I will close. What do you think of this game? What do you think is happening to the Rams, and do you give the Panthers any love?
Okay. Last week, we made a prediction. I said flat out, this might even be a blowout game. I'm like, the Rams should win this game hands down. I'm like, the Panthers were happy to be there with 8 and 9. What other division besides the NFC can you get 8 wins? That's not even a winning season. That's not even 500. But we're in the playoffs. And just like last week we talked, these dudes were high-fiving like, yeah, we're in the playoffs. Like, they are? Like, how? So I think this is a situation where I think they played above their expectation. And maybe, just maybe, the Rams was like, bro, our record is better than ours. Of course we're going to win the game. I think it may have been a little too much confidence, but they played in Carolina. There is something to be said for a home field play, the energy, the fan base, and halftime. I'm like, yo, they're in this game. Third quarter, I'm like, yo, the Panthers are in this game. What is wrong with the Rams? Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't the Panthers playing well. I'm like, something's wrong with the Rams. What are they not doing right? And it came down to the dead end of the game, last play of the game. I think it's unfortunate Trae Young, he kept trying to play hero ball with over a minute plus and kept trying to go for the 10 yards. I'm like, do the dance, just like you mentioned in the last segment, right? Get a 5-yard and run out of bounds. Move the ball.
Yep.
Just the inexperience, I think, is what happened to him.
Agreed.
All right, Walt, what you got?
You made a lot of great points there. And I think people forget that the Rams actually lost to the Panthers during the regular season, and they played them tough.
You did say that last week too. You're like, don't they?
Those Panthers were out there hitting. They were competing. They were flying around, like on defense, especially trying to do what they had to do. And they have some young guns, right? Coker at receiver, and then what's the other guy's name? I forget his name.
Wide receiver?
Wide receiver, yeah, but number 4, I forget his name, but he was their first round pick, and like they have some young weapons around them, and I think it goes down to the experience, at least to the experience for Bryce Young and him trying to play hero ball, like you were saying, Mac.
Yeah,
and I think the Rams knew what they were going to get. I think it definitely had to do we have to factor in that they were on the road, they won this road game, and like you said. It's very difficult to play on the road in the playoffs, and the Rams had they had the better quarterback. Stafford, he's been here. Isn't he the oldest quarterback in the playoffs right now? Every year,
37.
Besides Rodgers.
Besides
the 2 old guys.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is a young guy, right? So
yeah. And I'm 100% believe that the Rams was like, we got Stafford over here, and he turned around and was like, no problem. Marched down the field. Scored the touchdown. Game's over.
There's an article out there that he said to Devontae Adams, "Let's go snatch their souls."
Yes.
I read that.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my take. I think I hate piggybacking on both you guys, but I concur with both of you. I think that they took Carolina a little lightly. They were away, which is hard to win. You know, those who don't really follow the NFL, it's very hard to win on the road. Very hard. The stadium's full with Panther fans. It's tough. But I think Stafford, he came across very poised, like, don't worry, I got this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We got this. Like, he didn't look nervous. He didn't look worried. He's like, I could score whenever I want to score right now. Don't worry about it. And, dude, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Nakua, Devontae, click, 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 boom, boom, boom. Dude marching up the field. Like, it looked like he could turn it on and off when he felt like it. Yep. And he's got an offense that I've never seen in a while.
And that goes to the scheme that the Panthers were playing on defense. They were in a lot of prevent. Like, hey, let's just stop them from scoring.
Trying to stop them from scoring,
Let's
and didn't play
5 yards back. Let them get the baby yards. We're not going to let you beat us deep.
Yeah.
So it was smart, idea. But McVay, whew, love that guy. If he wants to leave, I know the Giants would grab him.
Oh, my God.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. But I give all props to the Rams. I know Carolina bought him a tough fight, but like I said, he never looked shook like, oh, man, we're in trouble. We're about to lose. He was like, I got this. I got this. And then, like he said, he told Devontae, let's go snatch their souls. That's gangster, dude. That's woo!
Yeah, you're right. And that's one of those, like, if he came back to the huddle, all right, we're gonna snatch their soul. We're gonna win this game. And everyone around him is like,
let's go. Let's go.
Let's get this soul. Snatch it right now. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And dude, it looked like it was a video. That last drive, and Walt, Mack, you could comment on this. It looked like a video game. He was like, Nakua, click, Adams, click, Nakua, click. It was like watching a video game. It looked effortless. It was like a Picasso. That last drive, if you guys watch it, if you have DVRs and you watch that game and you have it on, dude, it was a work of art. He was just dotting dies and crossing T's.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like most of the games, huh?
That's
right, Reese. Absolutely.
McMillan is decent.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, McMillan.
Yep.
All right, but at the end of the day, dude, I feel like the Rams I felt like I said, I didn't feel that panic that some teams get when they're like losing, like, wow, this is really happening. None of them were like, oh, we're losing, but don't worry. We got this. All right,
that's how it was for all the playoff games, man.
The biggest topic, the 49ers took away the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles, repeating as Super Bowl champions. The Niners, bang, bang, Wu-Tang Clan gang, whatever you want to call them, beat the Cry Eagles cry. I have to, no more flying. You're crying. For all the Eagle fans, the Cowboys have some room on the couch. You can join us now. We're in Cancun. So come on. There's plenty of room. We're ready. See, I saved you a drink. All right, Mac, I know you got a lot to say, so I'm going to let you go first. I will go second, and I'll let Walt close.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay, America, this is what I said. Mike, if Philly loses, oh, my God, it'll be crazy Monday. So, of course, I'm listening to sports talk all day. Of course, they're like, our offensive coordinator better be out the door. Don't even let him pack nothing up. We're going to have a police escort in the building to go get your stuff, and that will be it. I would be surprised if it's not announced by tomorrow the offensive coordinator is gone. And, of course, the rhetoric, A.J. Brown, that guy, I was texting people. I'm like, that dude is an a-hole. How are you going to have this conflict on the sideline with your coach during the game? Complained early in the season, I'm not getting the ball. Last night, this guy had 2 catchable balls thrown to him, and he missed them, which would have been touchdown passes, and had this dumb, conflicted look on his face. They are going to part ways with him, but there is no way that they can salvage this relationship with this guy, A.J. Brown. There is no, just because of early in the season, and when you are, I understand you're frustrated, but when you turn around and get the ball and you drop it twice, they were
3
catchable
times.
balls. Well, the 2 were catchable, the third, okay, but it's like the fact that you asked for it, they gave it to you, and you fumbled the ball. Now what's your excuse? What can you say to the press? And, of course, he didn't have a lot to say either. He quickly exited the building. last
All
night
right.
also too. And I just don't think, bro, it's salvageable. Kudos to the Niners. They turned it around. They won the game. Philly, Jalen Hurts last minute. And I've said this before about Jalen Hurts. His demeanor on his face stays the same, whether they win or lose. You never see him rattled on the sidelines. He's just that every time. And I don't know what they can do to figure out what they're going to do, but their offensive coordinator's got to go flat out.
All right. Here's my take. I got a lot to say. First of all, cry Eagles cry. Second, Petullo's got to be fired. Dude,
yes.
When I know, and I'm not a football defensive or offensive coordinator, when I know what you're going to do, that's not a good thing. When I'm telling my wife, oh, they're going to throw here. Oh, he's going to run this here. He's going to bootleg it here. Oh, this is where he's going to throw a screen. And my wife's looking at me like, wow, you should be an NFL coach. I said, no, this guy's just that bad.
Yeah, it's predictable.
He's so predictable. Dude, you cannot run the same schemes you ran last year and predict and think you're going to be successful again. People are adjusting to your style of coaching. You have to change it up. And he thought the same ingredients, the same thing was going to win. And dude, Petullo, he's got to go. I think he just coached a horrible game. Very, very predictable. You knew when he was going to throw. You knew when he was going to run. He didn't switch it up. He didn't make changes at halftime to say, all right, we got to switch this up. Maybe on first down, we're not going to run every first down. Let's try some throwing, maybe some, reverses, anything. But he just stuck to his plan. Man. Oh, my God. And to A.J. Brown, I'm sorry. But if you're demanding the ball, if you think you're like that, if you think you're Justin Jefferson, if you think that you're Higgins, if you think you're CeeDee Lamb, you better deliver. Because, brother, you're not even close. You dropped 3 easily catched passes, and then going to throw a temper tantrum like my daughter, who's 12, that you're not winning and things aren't going your way, and you're booty-hooing and hooing and having some whiny flakes and some crybaby juice. Stop it, dude. God. AJ's got to go. Your offensive coordinator's got to go. You got to fix things up. I'm going to let my closer, Walt, close it out. Mario Navarro, let's go.
All right, guys. Look, last week when you had me on the show, I was so confident in Philly because I was thinking they're the reigning Super Bowl champs. Yeah. They're going to get it together, over this little break that they have. And because I think they rested a lot of their starters in week 18.
Yes, they did.
I was just like, they're gonna come together and just get this camaraderie going. And I think I even said on the last show, it's not even going to be close. It was close, and they freaking lost. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think too close. I think what that spoke to is that there were too many fractures throughout the season that could not be repaired. I think both of you hit the nail on the head with the relationship between the coach and Jalen Hurts and with AJ Brown. Wide receivers, they've always been known as divas, right?
Yeah, that's the expression.
You look at T.O., you look at, all those different type of receivers that were outspoken and loud. Give me the ball. Give me the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? And so, Randy Moss, hey. And I think that we have to remember that he's one of those receivers. But when it gets to the point that it's causing friction and it's impacting the morale, it can it's going to show up on the field. And then he had those 2 big drops, one for a first. I think both of them were first downs that he could have. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and maybe change the game if he had caught those passes. Hit him right in the hand.
They could have kept the drive going, and they could have probably scored.
Yep.
Yeah, probably would have scored.
And so, look, I think they do need to get rid of the offensive coordinator. The league is always changing. People scheme for you week to week, not year over year, right? And so I think the offensive coordinator needs to learn that.
Can you repeat that, please?
they scheme for you week to week, not you. So you're always going to have to innovate, which is one of the things I like about Sean McVay with the Rams. He's always innovating, always changing, always doing different things. You can have little wrinkles that might be in the same concept of formations and stuff like that, but you always have to be innovating and changing things in this. Kudos to the Niners, their coach, who's always doing. It seems like he's always got his team competing. Maybe should be the coach of the year. And actually, you both a question before we close this thing out. Should the head coach be fired from the Eagles?
Yes.
They're not firing him, bro.
They're not firing. But I will say this. The 49ers were depleted of almost everybody. There's no Bosa. Kittle got hurt. You lost to second and third string players. That's bad.
You lost to the 29ers.
That's true.
Yep.
The whole game was so predictable. I agree with you.
Yeah.
My man, Maria.
There's Maria.
Hello. Thank you. How are you? I think AJ is done with the Eagles. I think so too.
Yeah, it's going to be.
And Nick Sirianni needs to fire his best friend and me, or he can go too. I agree with you 100%. I'm going to say this too. Sean McVay, watch and learn, coaches. That's how you win games. You change schemes. You change schematics. You change formations. You can't do the same thing every year. Forget every game, every year. Come on, dude. You got to switch it up. McVay's changing their every game. I don't know what the Rams are going to do because every play is different. And that's what makes the Rams so good. Do you see the 49ers going any further with this depleted roster, Walt? And if so, how far do you see them going? I'll let you take that. And then Mack.
I think they're going to be a tough out. I think they're going to compete, right? No matter who they play. But I don't think they get past the next round. You know, there's some tough teams in the NFC. The Rams, the Seahawks, they have to play those guys. And they have really, the Seahawks, I think they have the number 1 defense or number 2 defense in the league. So with all those injuries that they have and being depleted, look, they might compete with them. It might be a low-scoring game, but I think they're going to lose in the next round.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm a piggyback 100%, bro. It was a nice run. Love to love you. This is going to be that breakup, girl, it's not me. It's not you. It's me. It's not the other team. It's us.
Oh my God.
They don't have it, bro. They don't. You're right.
My man, Chris Patton, host of the Patton Report. That's my dude, part of Boink Studios. What's up, bro? GA is burning to the ground. I know team-wise at this moment, but
oh my God.
That's true. See, he knows Trae Young is that dude. See? Well, I don't know, man. We got to fix you about that.
Nah,
all right.
Man.
The next topic, and Mack, I know, wants to talk about this desperately too. The Bears came back.
The Bears.
21-3, won 31-27. People were clowning Caleb Williams for this nail polish thing, which he was dedicating to his mother, which I think is crazy. I'm like, what's the big deal about this? But whatever. Came back and won. I don't hear none about these cheeseheads. I don't want to hear Jordan Love no more. So that's another story I don't want to hear. Jordan Love. There's a song by Tevin Campbell. Goodbye.
Yeah. Oh my God. Not Tevin Campbell. Oh my God.
Goodbye. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mac, go. No, you know what? Let Walt start this off. Go ahead.
So, I have to challenge you there, Ray, with the song, right? I think it should be In Sync, Bye Bye Bye. Instead, for Jordan Love. This. What I'm saying? But I think Jordan Love's not that guy. Caleb Williams, I think we're seeing him flourish right before our eyes.
Yes.
We're seeing him accomplish these things. I see how he talks to the guys. I see the leadership. He's demanding excellence from his players, and he's delivering, right? The last the last 2 weeks, he's led a drive
down 18 last 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah. And so I think we're seeing the ascension of Caleb Williams. And Jordan Love, he's always been that guy, I'll get you to the playoffs, but after that, I can't take you anywhere beyond that. So look, I think this came out, the result ended up being what it was going to be. I don't think Green Bay was all that good, like people were saying. I know when the season started, people had them as kind of the de facto Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl. Yep, I remember.
The Bears, I think they might be for real, man.
Okay. All right, Mac, what you got? I know your son-in-law's a diehard Bears fan, so
drum roll, please. I said it last week. I'm like, the Bears are going to win this game. My future son-in-law, my guy Roman, Mr. Roman Best, came by. He had drilled this weekend. They finished in the evening, and he came over, rang the doorbell, sat down, had his food and his uniform on, and we watched the game with my daughter also too. Oh, by the way, America, my daughter's now an Eagles fan, and she was very sad last night. And I'm like, wow, now you know what Dad goes through all the time. You know what I mean? So I will say 100%.
Tell her there's room on the couch.
Yeah. And you know what? I said this last week to Roman as well as this week. You know, they went into halftime. Coaches flat out like this. We've been here before. Last week we were down 18. We came back and won the game. We can win this game. If we don't win, we're going home. This is not insurmountable. Like the speech has been shorter than that. We had the same situation last week, not the way we want to, but we can win this game. And I think that confidence with the team, even though they're inexperienced as a team as far as these players, because he's their second-year quarterback, it's one of them deals where now they know they have the capability to. Yes. Everyone's going to remain calm. The confidence is high because we just did it last week. And I think that is an energy that some teams, if you're down that many points going into halftime, don't have the gauge or the energy to say we can do it. And I think that's what's different. And what happened? They did it again. Yep. And so now going to next week, it doesn't matter who they're playing. If they're down going to halftime, we did it 2 weeks ago. We did it again last week. We can do it again. That is something that a coach cannot rah-rah speech to players unless it happens. And I think that can be the difference now for them moving forward. I am happy for their success. The Bears, it's been a long time since they've been relevant as a franchise. And this is something that even though it's his second year, you can't coach. You can run 2-minute drills as a coach in practice, but to see it happen in real time in a live game and execute and remain calm and dink dunk plays. We're going to go for a long bomb, but we're going to dink dunk and move the rock. That's what Jordan Love did not do again in this series when they had the ball last. They had a chance, but he didn't. He couldn't move the sticks, and he tried to do hero ball just like Bryce Young did, and it didn't work.
Yep.
Kudos to the Bears. I'm all in for them.
All right. I'm going with the Bears. They looked phenomenal. They came back at the half, and Caleb Williams was screaming at his guys, do your job. I was like, whoa. Yes. That was crazy. I was like, whoa, okay, this guy's coming for real. Dude, they bought it. I mean, I said Jordan Love was overrated. I'm sticking to my Tevin Campbell song. Goodbye. Gotta go. I don't want to hear Green Bay no more. Exactly. I got to say goodbye. Because I'm done. I don't want to hear no more cheesehead stuff. I don't want to hear about nothing. And to Trayvon Diggs, you threw a little baby fit in Dallas because your boy Parsons left. Now you got to play on Green Bay. Dude, he got smoked more than a brisket. Every play, getting smoked. Smoked. Dude, smoke sausage, smoke brisket.
Toast got burnt.
Burnt toast. Do you smell it in the oven? That's Trayvon Diggs getting smoked. Your smoke alarm is going off in your house because he's getting smoked.
They smoked that turkey.
Yeah, that turkey's done. I'm telling you, Trayvon, the grass is not always greener. You got your wish. You're in Green Bay now because you threw a little baby fit. And now look, dude, you played like hot, fresh, smelly garbage. Got smoked, got burnt every play. I'm like, wow. My wife's like, who's this guy that keeps getting smoked? I'm like, oh, he used to be on the Cowboys, but he threw a fit and left. Karma, my friend. Got smoked last night. Embarrassing.
But he wasn't in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, he's in the playoffs. That's great. Hey, you got that on your show. You got to the playoffs, but I don't know what that proved. Yeah. That's right. Thank you, Maurice. That's right. Sang Tevin. That's right.
Sang Tevin. Oh my God.
Khalib is the real deal.
Absolutely, Nando. Absolutely.
And he's saying if my Bears could get a defense, yep, they can do it, dude. I'm a believer in the Bears, dude. I can see it.
Yeah.
All right. The big game tonight is Grandfather Moses, Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Ayahuasca, Mr. DK Metcalf fighting a fan in the stands versus the Houston defense.
He's back tonight.
Yeah.
He's back tonight. He got his 2-game suspension against the Texans, who I believe, in my opinion, have one of the best defenses out there. And CJ Stroud, who's he's all right. Who do you got tonight? I know we've had this conversation yesterday, but the game is tonight. I'll start this off. I'm going to
Go
let
ahead.
Walt go second, and then Matt can close it out. I'm still riding with Houston for a couple of reasons. Defense. Second, I cannot hear Aaron Rodgers talk about coming back next year because if he wins, he's going to come back. And I need him to retire. I need him to say goodbye. Like Tevin Campbell. Goodbye. I can't take no more Aaron Rodgers. Mr. Ayahuasca hiding in the dark caves. No more. I'm done. Yeah, dude's too weird. I don't know about you. The only time I want to be in the dark is when I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's my dark moment. I want to be in the dark when it's 3:00 in the afternoon.
Oh my gosh.
Bring out the light. I have lights for electric. I pay PSE&G a reason because I want some lights on. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. DJ Metcalf, I hope you don't beat another fan up. But I'm going Houston. Mack, Walt, who you got?
Look, everything tells me that Houston should win this game, right? They have the defense. The offense can do just enough, to get the job done and score, get some field. They have a great kicker in Fairbairn, and I think they should win the game. But I don't know why I feel like something strange is in the air tonight, and that Pittsburgh is going to shock people tonight.
Phil Collins in the air.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. All right. Yeah. Maybe it's the ayahuasca that he's smoking.
Yeah, maybe I got a contact high. So
contact high. All right, Mac. Who do you got and why?
I'm gonna agree with Walt and make this real short. As much as I would love Houston to win, I just feel like that Pittsburgh's gonna win this game, man. Soon as he said that, he said for some reason, my gut, and that's where I'm at, man. Listen, I want to see Tomlin win. However, I don't know the coach's name with the Texans offhand. I think he was a former player.
Yes.
But you know what? But
do you know his name?
I want him.
No.
Yeah. I want to know the Texans coach. I don't know it.
I want him to win also, man, because he's a young, thriving coach. And I know if Pittsburgh wins, they're not going to fire him because they were in the playoffs last year. Nico Ryans. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think, as much as I want to see him win, I just feel like if Tomlin wins this game, it'll stop all the hate in Pittsburgh. My boy Keith's a diehard Pittsburgh fan. And I want to see him. We gonna hang out next week if they win this game or not. You know what I mean? Yeah, he doesn't like Aaron Rodgers. He does not like him at all. I mean, like he's been a Steeler. It's not Steelers. It's Steelers. He's been a Steelers fan since the 70s and the 80s. Like he's been around a long time. But I will say this: as much as I want to see D'Amico Ryans win, I really want to see Tomlin win this game. So I'm going with Pittsburgh, man.
All right.
But let me ask you both this rhetorical question: if they win, do you see Aaron Rodgers playing another season?
I don't know. You think so?
Yeah, okay. He'll come back.
I think it
he will too.
I think it depends on what happens. If they win, I think it depends on what happens next round. If they get mollywopped, he's like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're saying 2 rounds he's got to get for him to want to play again. Okay. Yeah. I'm with Matt. Yeah. I think 1 round, that's enough for his ego to be like, well, I think I could go further if I played another year.
Or if I play for another team, he'll do all that.
300-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
The Texans are looking good. I agree.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, bro. I can't.
I asked Mac, what does CJ need to do in order to win? Go ahead, Mac. Question for you.
What does CJ need to do to win? He needs to remain poised in the pocket to make the confident throws. That's what happened to him last year in the playoffs. He tried same deal with Young as well as last night. With the other team trying to play hero ball. You can't do
Bryce
that.
Young.
Like Bryce Young, yeah, you can't be hero ball. And Jordan Love tried to also 4 downs, throwing the rock to try and win the game. You got to move the ball down the field. He has to take what the defense gives him. Do dink and dunk plays. Run the rock. You have a solid running back. I think that's what's going to happen, Tim, for him to have success in this game because we all know Tomlin. I mean, it was a field goal of how they got in. The other guy missed, mind you. It wasn't their field goal to win the game. So he did the whole like this. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be that tonight. It's not.
All right, well, what do you think he needs to do to win?
I think Mack again hit it right on the head, hit the nail on the head there. I think he needs to be smart. Be smart. Take what the defense gives you. Push it. Look, you definitely, if you want to take some shots, take some shots. Like keep them honest, keep the defense honest, but be smart. Don't try to be Superman out there because it could get ugly if you try to.
That inexperienced man versus Rodgers.
Yep.
I think that's going to be the difference. Like this guy's seen so much more than he has, and you know what I mean. Like, and he will take what the defense gives him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if CJ has that in him yet.
I feel you. Do you think DJ Metcalf is going to get suspended again? Because they're in Houston, right? Houston fans are rough.
You're not in Pittsburgh?
Are they in Pittsburgh?
I think they're in Pittsburgh.
They're in Pittsburgh. Oh, they're in Pittsburgh. Oh, he's got nothing to worry about. All right.
Yeah.
The last story of the night. The last story of the night. Dennis Schroeder, guard for the Sacramento Kings, got suspended 3 games for trying to pick a fight with franchise player Luka Doncic. I will start this off, and I will let Mack go, and then Walt could close this. I don't know what Dennis was smoking, but I don't want any of it because it's some bad stuff. Why did you think you could get into a verbal, almost physical altercation with one of the faces of the NBA and not think you're not going to get suspended for this? He did it in front of a referee, threatened to punch him. Luka's looking at the ref like, are you going to do something? Yes, he did. Dennis, I don't know what happened, what triggered it, but dude, now they're playing tonight. Not only are you not playing, but now Luka's going to light you on fire. He's probably going to have a 40-point triple-double. So I don't know what it proved, but I just feel like that was just the dumb of dumb. Mack, what you got?
I don't even know who Dennis Schroeder is, bro.
Oh my god!
That sums it up.
Oh my god!
Still waiting. I have no
journeyman guard.
Oh my god!
That's the point. I think that's the biggest point. He's some dude who's on a roster, got into a little altercation. He puffed his chest up and thought he could be somebody, and he's not. And Luka, you're right. Like, bro, there's no way. I don't even know who you are. Why you in my face? Like, you know what I mean? And then look at the ref like, you see this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I saw him. Beep. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get into a scrum with you when you don't matter enough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Schroeder will make more than I ever will in a lifetime, most likely. But on the same token, I'm like, bro, like, you got to know I'm not saying you shouldn't try and defend yourself, but don't get to the point, especially in front of the ref. I can see if it was the two of them in the middle of the court, blah, 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 back and forth, and then, Luka walks away from him, and then all of a sudden the team comes over to charge over. No, you did it right in front of the ref. That wasn't smart either. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I think it was after Luka scored and Dennis got mad about how he scored. I think Luka might have said, yeah, and what, or something like that. And then wanted to get physical with him. Like, dude, you can't let trash talking affect you like that. He didn't spit at you. He didn't insult you like that, say anything derogatory, anything racial. So, dude, like, you're on some stuff. Go ahead, Walt. You close this out.
Go ahead, Walt.
Like, my dad used to always tell me, like, basketball, you can have the talent, you can have all the athleticism, but how's your mental game? Like, if you can be easily dissuaded or you can get disheveled by something somebody says to you on the court, they have you. You know,
they got you.
And I think that's what the issue was, is that Luka talks trash. Luka talks his stuff on the court. And so Dennis probably got his feelings hurt because Luka said something about his mom's cooking. He was like, my mom can't cook. You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, I'm gonna hit you. And so that's probably what happened, right?
Yeah.
And so Dennis probably got super upset about that stuff. And I think that the suspension was warranted because you did try to strike one of the faces of the league. Luka's still, 26, 27?
26.
Yeah.
Turning 27.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, no, the NBA is not going to play that. Like, nope.
Nope. 3 games. What do you think Luka's stat line tonight is? I'm saying 40, 12, and 10.
I think, you know what? I think he's going to drop a 50 burger.
Woo.
I think he's going to drop a 50 burger and just remind them. He's going to be looking at Schroeder on the bench like, yeah, boy, I got you.
Mack, what's your stat line on Luka tonight?
Listen, I mean, obviously, he averages about 20 to 30 a game now. You know what I'm saying? You know, and can he elevate more? Absolutely, because he's proven that he can. He's gonna at least get 30, bro. At least 30, 35. Like, because you know, case in point, your boy is gone still.
Austin Reeves.
Reeves, he's going to have to. Yeah. And between him and LeBron, they're gonna make up, they're gonna try and close the gap. But with Reeves being gone now, LeBron, you know, cerebral, just Walt, you just said it. What's your mind of the game? You got all the talent, but how do you elevate and figure out how to be effective on the court? If you know you can push off a little on this guy enough times and then do these slight nudges behind the refs, you know what I mean? If you can figure out a way to get behind the skin of some of these players, that's your job. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to make a difference. So he's going to at least get 30, 35, bro, tonight. He has to.
Yeah,
he has to.
He's averaging around 34. So yes, I think he's gonna be right there.
Yeah, he has to, bro.
And he's gonna look at Dennis and say, "See, this is why you don't mess with me." I'm not saying the word, but you know what I'm thinking. And dude, it's gonna be
absolutely.
A bad night for you. All right, we're going to the final buzzer. This is where you can ask me, Mack, Walt, anything you want about anything. This is the chance to get your comments in and. Let's go. We have a lot to talk about. Who started this? Maria says, is Mike Tomlin the best black coach ever in professional sports? All right, I'm going to let Mack go first.
Absolutely. His record proves that he's done something that no Caucasian coach has done also, besides African-American, Maria. He is the longest tenured coach who has been to the playoffs consistently for at least 18 of his 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure the first season, but there's been no other coach. Even Don Shula, he went undefeated as a head coach, which has never been done. But there has been no head coach in history of the league that has gone for 18-plus seasons in the playoffs, ever. So hands down, not black coach, period, Maria.
Walt?
No, I absolutely agree. I don't think he's ever had a losing season. You know, I think they consider even being at 500 a winning season. I think that's the lowest it's been. It's like 8-8 or 9-8 or something like that, right? So absolutely, guys love him. You've never heard a player talk say anything bad about Tomlin or anything.
Yeah.
So I think absolutely he's probably the greatest black coach.
No question. I concur with everything you guys are both saying. Mike Tomlin is the real deal. Hall of Famer, first ballot, dude. He's him, 100%. My man Marie said, very bad stuff. Triple double coming up. Yep. Dennis, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn.
From the sideline. He's gonna learn from the bench.
My girly dollars. Luka all day. Yep. Schroeder, yours is coming, dude. All right. Here's a good question. Where do you see John Morant going? Ooh, good question. Ooh.
I think where I would like to see him go, and maybe this is like selfishly because I'm a Heat fan, but I like the structure that Miami might give him because of like how they run that organization down there. You know what I'm saying? Like they may whip him in the shape because I reminded of Jason Williams, right? You know, the guard that came from the Kings, Sacramento.
The Kings,
and how he was, and he got the Miami Heat, and they he had to get in line.
Yeah, ain't no joke. But I think Riley was a coach at the time. He's in the front office now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Who's the coach of Miami now? It's still Spoelstra. Okay.
Yeah, but I think he's a Riley guy, and that's why they like him. So I think they do run a tight ship over there. But that's selfishly, right? Where I think he may actually go, to like, you know, one of the Eastern Conference teams. You might see him like end up like, you know, don't be surprised if Atlanta makes a move.
Okay. You know
they
what?
Need somebody because they let
Trae Young go for a bag of peanuts and a flat Coke.
Yeah.
Tickets, bro.
Not a Coke with some ice and some bubbly in it. No, it's flat Coke.
It's a flat Coke.
They need somebody to sell tickets.
That's a good call, Walt. The Atlanta, call poor Ja because he needs it. But I don't know. Atlanta's a big city. I don't know if he needs that distraction. Miami's not a.
I was about to say it's a.
He needs to go to like Utah.
Yeah,
hang out with some Mormons.
Or the Phoenix Suns.
Look,
give him some help.
If you're gonna if you're going to get in trouble, you're going to get in trouble, right? So that's on job,
true.
no matter where you
it
go.
won't matter where you are. That you know, Walt, you're right. It's not you. It's not where you move to. You take you with you. So whatever your bad habits are, you're going to take it wherever. You're right. It can be. I mean, I think the Phoenix would be a great destination for him. Just because of
agreed.
I agree.
Like,
I agree. Phoenix would be a good spot for him, and he would make an impact right away. If Jordan wasn't in the league, who'd you build your franchise around? I'm biased, but I don't care. Obviously, it's number 8, number 24. It's Kobe.
Okay.
If Jordan in the league wasn't in the league, who would you build your franchise? Who would you build?
It's Kobe. Kobe, prime Kobe, yes. If Jordan's not in the league.
Wow. Man, this is tough. This is tough.
Are we talking back then or are we talking now?
I think
he's saying because he's bringing up Jordan, so I think he's pretty much saying anybody. So go ahead.
Okay, all right. I mean, you could build around Charles Barkley way back when, but today, just like our conversation today, Trae has no one in Atlanta.
I like that.
Oh, Trae Young, is that the guy that got traded for a bag of stale chips and a flat coat?
And John Morant's the same. You're right. He's the same situation. He's in his contract, and I think he's got 2 more years, if I'm not mistaken, 2 more years. You know, and I'm like, he's
I want to say
guy.
1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2. They're not building around him. It's him or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got nobody.
I'm going to say this. John Morant's gotten a lot of trouble with a bunch of gun nonsense, a lot of violent nonsense.
I know.
Ice Trae's done nothing but just be a ball hog. And I don't think that's a sin.
No.
Because he wants to win.
Also, though.
He wants to win. Walt, this is for you. This is for you.
Or Ant-Man. Or maybe Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Minnesota.
So, I like that.
Some help.
So if I had to pick, I think I would want to build around. I was gonna say the Joker, but I love watching Stephen Curry play. You know what I'm saying? I love, because like he's probably the greatest shooter that we've ever seen, and that's the name of the game, right? He like the dunks and all that stuff is cool, but like seeing him shoot, you know what I'm saying, and play that position, all his handles and stuff like that, man. Like it would probably be Steph for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And the last question before we close this out. This is a great question. Woo! Oh my gosh! Question of the night: Barry Bonds or Willie Mays? All right. I will start this first. If we're negating the steroids, because let's face it, dude, it is what it is. If we're negating that, wow, I love me some Willie Mays. Still
this is 2 different eras of baseball.
2 different eras of baseball.
Bro, like Willie Mays.
I'm a little biased. I got to go Willie, just because of his defensive prowess was just unheard. He had a cannon. Barry Bonds was not the most defensive player I've ever seen. He was decent, but he wasn't Willie Mays. He could hit, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's very close. Fernando, good question. I'm gonna unfortunately go Willie. Mack, who you got?
Well, the one thing I'll say about this whole issue with the steroids does not improve your hand-eye coordination. You can you got to hit the ball for it to do anything. So
you know what? Preach. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like I understand, okay, the power behind hitting the ball, but you still have to hit the ball. And that's where I differ with everyone else about this whole issue of steroid error or usage. I mean, you're right. You can be gunned up all you want to with your arms, but if you can't hit the ball, connect with your hand-eye coordination, steroids does none of that. You know, now Willie Mays, they played in 2 different decades, mind you, Nando. So at the time when Willie Mays, there was no Barry Bonds that could oppose his ability to catch the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, and they're not even the same positions either on the field, brother. I mean, wow. I mean, Willie Mays is a classic guy. He played in the Negro League, you know, and moved from the Negro League and made it.
And Barry Bonds was a DH for a while at the end, right?
Yeah, towards the end, because that's one thing he could do was hit the rock. He could hit the ball, you know.
Did he play center or left?
I don't know.
Barry Bonds. I think he played left. A little bit in center, but mostly left.
I mean, he was definitely outfield. He was not infield. He was definitely outfield.
Yeah.
So between the two, Nando, to answer your question, I'm going to go with Willie Mays. I mean, partial to Willie Mays Hayes from Major League. Love the parody.
What a great
with
movie
the
that was.
character. Oh, classic. Run like Mays, play like Hayes, kind of deal. So that's kind of where I am. I'm going to go Willie Mays also.
All right,
Okay.
Walt, you close this out.
I think it's a three-peat. Like Barry Bonds, probably one of the greatest hitters that we've seen, in the game of baseball. But you got to give it to Willie in this case, in my opinion. Doesn't take away anything that Barry has done. To your point, Mac, you have to be able to hit the ball.
Yeah.
And look, like with the steroid thing, like Roger Clemens was a good pitcher. But, he did the roids too. You know what I'm saying? But he probably just needed a little bit more power, but he had great stuff.
Mark McGwire, another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole era.
Palmeiro, there's so many.
Oh, God, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rick, you know what I mean?
Sosa,
yeah, man. I mean,
so many.
Yeah.
So, I agree with you. All right, gang. Well, I appreciate everybody for watching this show. Walt, you coming back next round for playoffs?
Let's do it, man. I'm here for it.
All right.
We're
going to see who's making it and who's not.
Say your parting shots for tonight and where we could catch you on all the media outlets.
Yeah, find us on LinkedIn, IG. You can Google or search It's About Payroll, the podcast, and you can listen to us anywhere that you listen to your podcast today. Or you can search Walter William Duncan III on LinkedIn or my boy, Brian Escobar. Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. We'll have more football to talk about. Stay in the studio, all right?
All right. As usual,
doing another great show. You brought the thunder. You promised me it's bitches. You have me. I'll be laughing all night tonight.
I know, brother. Yeah.
Start it out,
so much
dude.
parody today. But what I will say, America, is this. Let's all keep this in mind. Please share our show. It helps with our channel. Absolutely. Please do that. To Boink Studios. Shout out to the sorority Delta Sigma Theta. They will be celebrating their anniversary tomorrow. And shout out to Phi Beta Sigma. They celebrated theirs this past weekend as far as 115 years. So I just want to say to everyone, we appreciate all the love and support that we've been getting. And we very much look forward to offering our comments. I love our returning as far as fans listening to the show, chiming in. Don't ever think that we do not appreciate you all. Maria, Nando, Eric, Wayne, my godson tonight,
a couple of new listeners.
Exactly. Yeah. Please come back and see us next week. Can't wait to see all of you, America.
All right, brother. Stay in the studio. All right. There's another episode of Race Sports and Slams. I concur with my partner, Mac. Thank you so much for all the love today. A lot of new listeners. I appreciate that. Please like, share, subscribe. BoinkStudios.com. Follow us on all social media threads. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much. And we are out of here. Please, again, tune us next week, 6 o'clock, Race Sports and Slams.